What you talking about? You already know what I'm talking about. What we talking about? Money, what we talking about? What they talking about? This money, what I'm talking about? What we talking about? Money, what we talking about? What they talking about? This money, what I'm talking about? What we talking about? Money.
Turn this out a little bit. What's going on, y'all? Peace. We back with episode number 9.
Good evening. What we talking about tonight, brother?
Well, what's on my mind? I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind, right? I'm amazed right now that I'm gonna talk sports a little bit. I'm amazed, because I'm a Knicks fan, so I gotta talk about my Knicks real quick. I think we doing a good job. We up right now 3-1. Because the Cavaliers, I think they thought they was just going to go on the run and just sweep us or something, but they ain't know that the Knicks was hungry. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle playing good, JR playing good, and we got the.
So you've been watching the games?
I've been tuning in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of like tuning in a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't been tuning in at all. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen no highlights or nothing.
Yeah, I watched the fight this weekend. The fight was pretty good. I already knew that. Ryan was going to get. Yeah, I know Javante was going to knock this guy out. It's like, if you ain't think he was going to knock this guy out, then you really don't know boxing.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even know nothing about fighting.
You ain't put no paper on the fight?
I don't gamble, bro. I don't gamble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a gambler.
Pardon me, brother.
Yeah, man, I don't do that.
So I'm saying, how was your week, though?
Oh, man. I had a long week, man. Started a new job, doing a little site safety and a little flagging outside, just some little light side work, a little extra couple dollars, and I'm just doing a lot of standing up, so my legs a little tired. It's just been a long week, man. I'm dealing with a lot of different people. I'm downtown Manhattan, so dealing with the tourists. I'm in Chinatown, so
I'm saying tell our guests a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about you moving around in and out the stores and the things that we advertising.
Oh, well, I talked to a couple different pardon me, some other some store owners, some entrepreneurs, and there's so many young entrepreneurs out there right now, and I just want to give them their flowers and whatnot, because I'm just happy to see that, the younger people are taking the initiative right now. I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say they're not wasting as much time as I'm going to say my generation did, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this afternoon we had a serious conversation, you know what I'm saying, with serious business owners, you know what I mean? We was talking water today, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we talked to these some good brothers today, man. It was brother Prince and brother Hakeem El Ray.
Yeah,
and
King and Prince.
Yeah, absolutely, right, and they from Atlanta. We gonna bring them on digitally. For this episode, we stepped it up. You know what I'm saying? Now we on, we digital. We digital. You know what I'm saying? We streaming too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, reach out and highlight. Our loved ones. From other states.
Yeah, well, you gotta use technology the way it's supposed to be used. We can't be behind all the time. We gotta take the steps to move in the right direction.
Yeah, so we gonna give y'all a taste of what's going on a global level of all facets of the things that
distribution. These brothers got a lot of structure. They got a lot of different I don't even want to talk about it, because I don't know too much about everything about what they do, so I don't want to.
Well, really, I'm gonna give you a little insight. I'm saying,
all right,
it's
cool.
we gonna bring you. It's really giving you a insight, an in-depth insight on how the older generation is supposed to teach the younger generation, and we're gonna give you a direct look at that tonight. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? At least that's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what our views is gonna get out of this one tonight.
Okay.
This is gonna
All
be
right.
special,
Yeah.
super special.
This one is for the people that's really trying to do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You just might want to sit back and take notes for this one.
Yeah.
You know, what's up with number one draft pick, man? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I got the hat on, of course. I've been wearing the other hats, throughout the week while I was at work, just representing the brand. But this black hat, I just kind of like this black hat right here.
yeah,
It's not.
I need a number, man. Listen, I need another
I
one.
don't know,
I
man.
need
I
a
don't
whole
know.
fit. I'm a number one
I don't
draft
know
pick.
how you didn't get
I'm
no
a number one
hats.
draft pick, man. Now
Somehow he ain't get no hats.
I have the hat. I already did my photo op and all of that. But
You got one hat.
I need more fits.
You only got one hat.
I didn't want to be greedy. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
all right, I'm just
I should have
saying.
been greedy. But listen,
Maybe I got too many hats.
I need more fits. I'm a number one draft pick.
Why you say
Hey,
that?
get in the comments and let me know if I'm a number one draft pick, man. I need y'all to listen, man. And
Why
number
you
one
say
draft
you a
pick, I
number one
need some
draft
more
pick,
fits.
though?
I don't care what they say in the comments.
Nah,
I need
you got to
more
tell me
fits.
now why you a number one draft pick. You got to tell me. Because you chatting now.
I'm saying, listen, I want you to tell me why I ain't. You done heard the catalog.
Yeah,
you see what I do on a daily basis.
Throw that
You
out
sitting
there.
next to me right now. It ain't
this
too many
guy
people
right
that you even rock with. So I'm saying, Steve, listen, don't ever ask me nothing silly.
Yo, this
hey,
guy
Donnie,
right
take
here.
us to a break, man. This dude is.
Yeah, let's go to a break.
Jesus.
We'll be right back.
Newborn, stay with me. Magically, your majesty, you know I've been had that at me. Feel like the market system.
All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And
Yeah. Yes, we would like to introduce y'all to two great individuals, and I'm gonna let them tell y'all who they are and what they come to the show for, stand for. Hey, King Prince, go ahead, man. Y'all introduce yourself, please.
Salute. I'm King S. El Ray, founder and trustee of Indigenous Water Bank Cooperative, Exotic Paradise, Indigenous Entertainment,
Yeah.
and the Omic Empire of Omen.
All right. Yes.
that's
And
big.
I am Prince Shakan El Ray, shareholder, member owner of the Indigenous Water Bank Cooperative, artist at Indigenous Entertainment, and bringing forth that helmet, bringing forth the new paradigm, the new dynasty. We here.
Peace.
Yes,
Pleasure
peace,
to meet
brothers.
you
Peace,
guys.
brothers.
Yeah, get these guys
It's a
a
pleasure
round
to
of
have y'all on the
applause.
show,
Yeah,
brothers.
definitely. Yeah, so we got
Appreciate y'all having us.
on. Yeah, definitely. First thing I want to ask is, where you guys from? Let's get into where you from. What's your back? How you grew up. What's your background? Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Actually, first tell the listeners y'all relationship, and you know what I'm saying, the dynamic of y'all two. You know what I'm saying. First, tell them that. That's big.
All right, Prince, you can go ahead and do
You
that.
want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, our relationship is it's almost hard to put into words, man. I mean, obviously, he's my uncle, my
Mhm.
mentor. Um, you know, like a father figure to me. I mean, he's one of the greatest father figures, anybody could ask for, role models, just a real genuine authentic OG type. And me, I just consider myself to be, a very humble student, picking up on everything that he's putting down. I mean, he done, he's done so much for me and so many others, it's hard to put into words, but it's just someone that I'm very appreciative and thankful for, and we locked in, man, for eternity.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
blessing.
that's what's up right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I'm grateful for that. Grateful for, my nephew's words. But yeah, we are from the South. I was born in Seminole, Georgia, not far from Tallahassee, Florida. So you
Mhm.
got Seminole, Georgia, and then you got Seminole, Florida. So I was born in between
Mhm.
uh, Alabama on one side, and then Florida is on the other side. And I grew up in Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, and
Mm.
I played a lot of sports when I was young. I played football for the Seminole Indians, and my
Mm.
roots tie into the
Okay.
Native Americans, of course, from the Black Seminoles into the Muskogeans, or what they call the Creeks, and then from the Creeks into what they call the Sheep people of Ocmulgee, and then
Mm.
into the Ocmulgee people, into all the way back to the Newborns or the Olmec people. So basically, I did all of this genealogical work and finding my lineage and birthright and bloodline, and came to the fullness of what my DNA tumble is, what my birthright is, and then I started claiming all of that stuff like many many years ago, and I established everything. I reestablished everything that was promised to us from antiquity, and
See,
brought it full circle to current.
let me just, if you could just turn your hat to the back so we can just see you, because yeah, I can't see you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. Yeah, that's all right. We know you are prolific. I already know you prolific. It's all right though. We just need to get
Okay,
a
Casey, you
clear.
still
Yeah, I
can you
clear this. Yeah, I needed you to be. No, you don't got to stay up. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Yeah,
okay.
'cause, like, yeah, we can see you now. I just wanted the people to see you so that, you know what I'm saying. If you walking down the street now, people can say, "Brother, I seen the show. Appreciate what you're doing." So please, if you can continue to enlighten us, go ahead, brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what I did was I spent most of my life just reclaiming my birthright. My father, just to give you a comprehensive history, my father was a big time drug lord kingpin in my uh, hometown, and he got killed when I was 16 years old.
Mm.
From when I was 16 in 1993. It's a guy named Dr. Malachi Z. York who became my mentor after my father got killed.
Dr.
Okay.
York. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. After my father got killed, basically Dr. Malachi Z. York became a father figure to me. So from '93 up until 2002, and to when they came and got him, he was my mentor, and we built a lot of different things on Tamaray on the 476 acres. So I was there from the beginning of everything that started, and I was an intimate part of that growth and development and learning of all of the knowledge and the sciences and everything. And then as he was revealing a lot of data and information, he started revealing things about being indigenous, and it got me on that path of tracing my lineage, my birthright and bloodline, and all the way back to the stars. So he was responsible for a lot of that knowledge that I acquired, and a lot of the records. And I've written like 17 books on different topics and different subjects. So I started just applying all the sciences and everything that I learned to my life, and it has led me to this point today.
Wow. That's big, man. That's big. So
Huge.
let me ask you this. And where did you spend your teenage years at?
I
Because you
spent
said you moved around. So where did you spend,
Yeah, I spent my teenage years. I spent in South Georgia and in Florida. I spent a lot of time in Orlando, Florida, near Disney World. I had family in Orlando,
Mhm.
Tampa, and Daytona,
Wow.
and here also here in Georgia, South Georgia,
Right.
Seminole. I've spent a lot of time in Tallahassee, Florida, and then in Atlanta.
Wow. So, and you was moving around playing football.
Yes, I was
Huh?
playing football. Yeah, and I was playing football and I was lifting weights. I was very athletic when I was young. I used to win a lot of trophies When I was young, I still have a lot of trophies. I've been a winner pretty much all my life. I started out in Cub Scouts, and then I got into Boy Scouts, and I used to win a lot of stuff in that. Then I got real heavy into sports, track. I was really, really fast. When I was in the 8th grade, I ran a 4.5 40 when I was in the 8th grade, and then by the time I got to I think around my senior year, I was down to like a 4.3 40. But I was like really fast, and I played running back, and I moved to Orlando during the summer when I had moved to Orlando. My father wanted me to go to Richmond Heights, and Richmond Heights is a high school in Orlando where Wesley Snipes went to, and I was going to play football there, and I had came back home in August or September of that year, and then my pops got killed, and it kind of like destroyed that plan for me, you know.
Yeah, wow.
It just kind of changed everything, so I didn't go to pursuing that because I was going to be in Florida and I was going to play football and all of that, and then it just kind of like changed my mind. So I just
so what happened? So when you went through that traumatic experience, what was what did you embark on after that? Did you continue to play football, or did you kind of like go a little left?
Yeah, I kind of shied away from football. I started to want to use my mind, because he was a big time OG. He lived like a mafioso type of lifestyle, and I had like a gangster's mentality at the time, and where we grew up in my house, you come into my house, we got arsenals.
So you was like Lil Meech. Like
pretty much.
Yeah.
I never sold drugs a day in my life, and I never smoked weed or anything. I never got into drugs, but he was a big time drug lord, and I was basically, they used to call him Big Money Grip, and they always referred to me as Big Money Jr.
Right.
And when he got killed, I wanted to do something with my mind. I wanted to just like transform things. I was always big on family and core values because that's what he was on. He took very good care of us, and he was always about family, about being the best and having the best.
Right.
He just had a mindset like that, and he was just, look, it's all about family, and he was about protection. So we had a lot of weapons, and I used to spend a lot of times with weapons, of all types. I knew I was.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Yeah. I used to be heavy into martial arts and boxing and all of that. I had a lot of ninja stars and
that was 90s
and stuff like that when I was young. And then I had all different types of guns. I knew how to break down every type of gun, every one. I used to know how to shoot every type of weapon that there was, and we had probably like hundreds of weapons of all types in our house. You come to our house, and we had a pit bull.
He was basically he was training you to, take over the ranks, basically, in a sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
So we had like pit bulls on the farm. We was heavy into business. That was just his thing. Heavy into the streets and taking care of family and living a certain type of lifestyle. And then after all of that took place, because there's a lot of cats now, like that's OGs in the streets and stuff. They got tattoos of my pops on them now. Yeah,
so your pops was really, he made, all right. So I see what you're saying. Your pops was really like, Now I understand he was a really big influence in your neighborhood, in your life. I get it, man. That's a positive. We ain't, a lot of us ain't get to experience that, man. So I'm happy that you was able to experience that, man. You know what I'm saying? Having your dad being able to show you all the right things. You know what I'm saying? Well, not necessarily all the right things, but he was giving you some structure. He was giving you some structure,
and it was easy, like because with what Malachi was bringing, he was on all of the high science and the spiritual knowledge and all of the advanced and astronomical stuff and development and building. So it was easy to segue into what he was on, all of the different things that we were into. So I learned all of the different languages and you know, all things about culture and all these different things that he had to offer up until, you know, 2002. So they came and got him. So I was like, you know, I was a real diligent. We used to say Talub on means a student. I was a real diligent student. So I learned everything that there was to learn about every order, like from AEO to OM. I was part of OM order, AEO.
Right.
I was part of all the Nwapu stuff. And
Right.
I got to the point to where I just wanted to focus on all family stuff. Like when I learned that my genetics tied back to the Olmecs, it was pretty much over then. So everything that I had learned, I started putting it in a cohesive framework and paperwork on a global scale.
Okay.
So all the documentation.
Yeah, so how? Yeah, what made you? How did you end up like in 2022? I mean 2002. So what did you do after that? What did you do after that?
Well, after 2002, I was still on Tamaray. You know, we still had the land and stuff. I was still there, and I started teaching on the land. And after that, I started to establish what I wanted to establish. One of the first things I established was a financial institution. I got heavy into banking because I was studying the banking dynasties and stuff, you know, during that time, because he used to talk a lot about family and banking dynasties and Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergs, and all those different people.
So basically, you did like a 360. Basically, you did like a whole like, I'm gonna get away from this street stuff. I'm gonna just go right into the knowledge and information, knowledge of self, economic literature. Like you really just did a whole 360. How was like? What did you have to like train your? You know what I'm saying? Was you like? What did you have to?
That was
You know what I'm saying?
it's almost like you asking like
Yeah.
how did you get out? How do you get away
Yeah,
from your father's shadow? And
Right.
So I'm gonna tell y'all that this, like when I my first year in college, I was in college. I went to college in Albany. You know, I graduated high school, you know, in 1996, and well, 1995 I graduated high school, and I got my first year of college was 1996. And my first year of college, when you know that's when Malachi started with the pyramids and stuff. And I used to go to Tamaray or Kadesh or in Putnam County all the time from college. So I was in college and I was taking engineering courses. And Malachi had a bookstore in Albany, right up the street from the college I was attending. And then in 1998. I moved to Atlanta in 1998. When I moved to Atlanta in 98, I started at DeVry University. And I was right near my last terms at DeVry University, and I still had that street mentality, even though I was going to Tamaray, because I used to be strapped all the time, have weapons. And I ended up knocking a guy out in 98. No, it was 99. And
You
then
was getting into all types of stuff, man. You was
yeah. So I'm just trying to tell you. Just let me finish. I'm just
Yeah,
telling you how
yeah.
I got to that point. So when I was in college, I was taking engineering courses, and I wanted to do a lot of engineering things on Tamaray, on the land, Kadesh with Malachi. You know, because I was heavy into science and things of that nature, and I want to build and develop. And while I was young, I was always into, you know, reading schematics and fixing TVs and VCRs. So I went to college for it, and when I knocked the dude out, I had went to jail, and I had missed my finals in college, and they put me on academic suspension. So they put me on academic suspension, and my GPA, because to go to DeVry, you have to have at least a 3.5 GPA to go there during that time. And my GPA had dropped to like a 2 something. And they put me on academic suspension. They told me that I had to maintain a B average in every class, or I would have to go to another school. So I maintained the B average, and then I graduated from there, and the rest is history. I didn't want to visit that street life, and I moved, you know, away from that, because even when I was in Albany, they was trying to pin a murder on me when I was in Albany. It was a lot of stuff, and the stuff from my pops was following me. So that's when I got to the point where I had I changed my name to King Esnal Shaquan O'Ray during that time, and led a whole another life. I wanted to be a different type of king, a different type of individual that was about liberation and all of the different things I had learned while I was in college and while I was going to Kadesh and Tamaray with Malachi.
Right, right,
Mm.
right. Okay, yeah. So yeah. That's a lot, man. That's a you did a
It's,
lot of
this
stuff,
this
man.
the second time today. It's like every time we get to chopping it up, I'm saying you leave me speechless. But let's get into the water, man. Like
Right.
the water is really how me and Prince, you know what I'm saying, how we met at the hip hop day in Atlanta. And I'm saying I was awestruck by the water, man. Like the water had the rock in there. I'm saying Prince was able to explain everything that was going on with it. It was just it was just everything that comes about the situation. Like y'all putting it down to where y'all could explain it and give it to the people. Like I want you to talk about the water, man.
Well, I'm gonna let Prince do that now because I've been speaking for a while and I don't want to just take up so much of the interview myself. And I'm gonna
Okay,
let
team player.
because he's actually a guest as well. So I'm gonna let him speak now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Prince.
Yep. Yeah, man, the water. I mean, the water is everything. You know, it's
Hold
the
on, Prince. You
base.
gotta tell us where you from too, man. You gotta tell us a little bit about yourself. You gotta tell us how you go. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be, you ain't gotta be super elaborate, but we got, you know what I'm
We
saying? We
want
want
to
to
know
know a
how
little.
old you are and all that, Prince.
Nah, we don't need to know
Nah,
how old you
nah, we
are. All
do.
right,
That's important. It's important.
we got right
It's
here.
important for our youth and our, you know what I'm saying, to understand that, you know,
Nah, word for sure.
age is important.
Okay, I get what he said now. Okay, but he could have been, you know what I'm saying? He could have did.
Yeah, I'm just relaxed, man. I'm saying I'm driving right now,
Yeah, all right,
man.
you got it.
Go ahead, Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I got you. So yeah, I'm Prince Shakan El Ray. I am 24 years old. I'm from Bainbridge, Georgia. Originally, I was born and raised in Bainbridge, Georgia. Well, I'll say born down there. I was raised in between Bainbridge and Atlanta, you know, my entire life. Most of my life has been governed by music. You know, I've been doing music really since before I could read and write, and really before I could actually say, you know, English words. I was already
Hmm.
mouthing and, you know, pretty much Google Gaga in rhythm and in tone the beats and stuff like that. So by the time I turned 7 years old, I pretty much was already ready to start writing. You know, so I started writing my own music at the age of 7. I recorded my first song at the age of 8, and I did my first performance live at the age of 8. And then by the time I got to, you know, being 13 years of age, I was dropping mixtapes and projects and selling them at school and all of that type of stuff. So that's really what led me here. You know, that's what led me to leaving from Bainbridge, my hometown, to come up here to Atlanta or Georgia, you know, North Georgia, where we at now, because you know, it was a lot more opportunity in terms of being able to get active musically and things of that nature. So, you know, the music pretty much led me everywhere that I've been. um and with my uncle, I mean, we always connected on that. You know, my uncle been doing music for so long and being a source of inspiration, and me being family oriented too. I kind of always just wanted to keep family legacy going. You know what I'm saying? So with
Yeah.
things like music and leading into things like business with the water, you know, so I guess I'll segue into that. When I first came upon it, you know, I hit my uncle up some years ago, and I was pretty much just at a space in my life where I was transitioning, you know, transitioning. Like I said, I am 24. So transitioning into, you know, that manhood and that adulthood. And I
Right.
kind of just hit a point where I was like, you know, I was looking around, I was looking at my environment and seeing everything that I was dealing with. And I'm like, I kind of was just telling myself, like, I'm ready to go to another level. I'm ready to go to a new level. And I know the type of family that I come from, and I know the type of uncle, you know, that I have. So when I was ready to make that jump, I kind of just hit my uncle up like, yo, unc, you know, I'm ready to lock in. I'm ready to tap in on some spiritual stuff. Um, Not knowing, you know, that he was gonna have so much stuff already in store for me, not knowing that he was already gonna have so much stuff lined up. Um, Although I know he's always been super active and, you know, like just a different type of dude, you know what I'm saying? So I always knew that. But when I came this time around, it was kind of like stuff was just preordained, you know. So
Mm.
I got by the time I got to the water, I started viewing it for what it was. You know, he's like, this is the base for all life on the planet. You know, you get the water, you pretty much got one of the biggest components that you need essential to life. You know what I'm saying? Life, survival, and sustainability, and you can build around it. And me, the type of person that I am, like I'm big on being a student, like I was saying earlier. So I started digging in. I started digging into all the different scrolls or
Mm,
books, you know, that he has written over the years, and I started digging in and devoting a lot of my time, you know, multiple hours and stuff. So first, I got into the science of the water, which was the first scroll that he gave to me was the Ancient Secrets of Science of Water. And
right.
then I started to see the real impact of water in terms of the cycles of water, in terms of even the water bottling industry, and how a lot of the public consensus or a lot of the public information that's being given to us about water and the water that we consuming is a false narrative. You know, so by the
Yeah,
time we
yeah.
get to the
A lot
water,
of
I
that
start
water we
looking at
drink is bad. A lot of the water we drinking nowadays is bad, man. It's,
exactly. Exactly. So my eyes was open to that as soon as I started reading. I'm like, what? You know, I start seeing stuff like you got different companies selling, you know, potassium chloride in their water
right.
legally. And potassium chloride is one of the three things that's used in lethal injection for, you know, death row inmates. And I'm like, how they doing this? You know, and then I'm looking at that in comparison and in contrast. And so the first thing with the water that I would say myself personally was the taste of it. Soon as I tasted our water, it was like
Mm.
something hit me, you know, something hit me like in the crown chakra or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It made me feel different. It
Think
sent
your
this
vibrations
vibration through
off.
my yeah, like it sent this vibration through my whole
Yeah,
body. And then I started to look at the importance of information and knowledge and things like that as it pertains to water and the history of it. And you know, pretty much, I mean, everything like from how your nail follicles grow to how your I mean to how your from how your nail cuticles grow to how your hair follicles grow to your skin, everything. Like water impacts all of that. And once you get on our water consistently, it's like you can actually start to see, you know, change.
hmm,
And not only that, but it was the infrastructure, you know, us having a water bank and us doing it in a cooperative framework where the mission and the vision was to be able to get clean and uncontaminated water, you
hmm,
know, to as many people on the planet Earth as we
right.
can. And the biggest thing with that is like, okay, well, you know, a lot of people they haven't been worried about water. They don't treat water like it's of much importance. But then over the past 3 to 5 years, it's like everybody's becoming a lot more water conscious. Everybody becoming a lot more health conscious. And
Mhm.
ironically, we in a water crisis, you know, where it's a real deal shortage on being able to get clean, drinkable water, you know, pure and uncontaminated from the source. And
Right.
that was another thing that caught my eye because in the scrolls, you know, in the scrolls that my uncle have written, he predicted this. You know, so he already predicted that it was going to be a water crisis, which, you know, stuff like all of this type of stuff was just blowing my mind. And not only that, but increasing my fire and increasing the inspiration for me to be able to get some behind something like this, you know, because it is so monumental and, you
Right.
know, life changing, you know. So that's just a little bit startup on the water, how I was introduced to it and the
Mhm.
impact that it's had on my life already thus far.
Well,
Yeah, that's fire.
I mean, T had some water. He had a taste of it. He said he left his bottle in the house, but
Yeah, you know, I'm listen,
I
man.
want to get I
It's
want to get
different.
a little. You know what I'm saying? Because I drink healthy water all the
Yeah,
time.
you
You know what
see,
I'm
listen,
saying?
listen. We about that. That's about to make its way. That's about to make its way up here.
He just getting started. He was drinking Poland Spring for a long time. You know what I'm saying? He was drinking Poland Spring
Mhm.
for. You know what I'm saying? We get him up on game now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's about to
saying?
make its way up here. It's
You
good for the
know,
people. I'm saying for
clearing the
all
skin up now.
all our views and subscribers. I'm saying that IWB coupe is on its way.
Yeah, we definitely gonna
Let
get
you get let you see what that thing
case or
tastes
two up
like.
here.
It's gonna
And
change your life.
yeah,
And
well,
that's IWB is co-op, you know, co-op water. So it's water from the co-op, you know, and it's co-op water, the superpower H2O, just for
mm,
everybody that's, you know, that's watching and listening. You know, that co-op water is the best water on the planet. Um, been winning the best water of Atlanta the best water supplier of Atlanta award since 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. It's heavily
Super
decorated,
crisp.
accolades and
Yeah.
credentials. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What like would you compare it to any other of the other top brands, or would you just say it's just top of the
It's no
line? There's no
comparison.
There's
comparison.
no comparison.
No
It's
Yeah.
no comparison at
comparison.
all.
I
This is
just gotta
something
ask,
that
When you take
this is something that, like we already said, like I mean, you can take it from, from T and myself, like it's a
Right.
different feel off top. And not only is it a different feel, but you don't have to do anything to it. Like it's pure uncontaminated. You can drink it straight from source, straight out the bottle. You don't even have to refrigerate it. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
dope. You feel me?
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
water
yeah. No,
of water.
I
It's
like
elite.
water like that too. That I can drink it room temperature and it just tastes good. Like, because a lot
Yes.
of us in New York City, we grew up, we just go right to the faucet. That was our thing back. And you drink right out the faucet. You drink right out the
Mhm.
hydrant. We just
I had my lady taste tested tonight, and her response was it's clean.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
That would have
for
been
that
nice, man, if I
that's the
could have had a
response.
taste of that
It's
thing.
like
You know what I'm saying? It would
if
have
you
been good.
explaining it to somebody, you gonna tell them that it's clean water, like, and they might not even really understand what you're talking about until they taste it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because everybody who's drinking bottled water think they drinking clean water. When you touch that, it's levels to this thing,
Yeah.
huh? It's
It is.
multi-layered, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
it's definitely
Multi-layered.
levels to it.
Yeah.
And for those people who aren't, well, I guess, don't know much about the science of the water. It is three different phases. It's three
Should we
different
say water conscious?
three different types of, yeah, we can get like
That's
well water.
a new phrase right there. Water conscious. We got. I said it first. All right, we got stamped that. You heard water conscious. That's some new. All right, yeah. So
Yeah,
definitely, yeah,
you
man.
gotta have that consciousness about water, because water is
Right.
the universal, is universal consciousness. It's information and knowledge stored in the water, especially in water like this. So, that's what I was getting to as well. Like you have well water, you have spring water, and then you have water such as this, which is artesian water, which is water that comes, from below the earth's surface, and it's been flowing. And the old proverb says, water is pure once it's flown over stone 7 times. So you have this water that's been flowing in these aquifers and these underground water sources for I would say up to millions of years, hundreds of thousands to millions of years, and it's
Mhm.
been doing nothing but just flowing over stone back and forth. And so it have these type of affinities to to consciousness. It have these type of affinities and connections to a higher quality of life, a higher quality of being. So just like bro was saying earlier, with the bottles that we have bottles with crystals in them, because there's a connection
Mm.
between the stone or the crystal and the water and the human body. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely levels to this stuff, and it's important to have all these different type of crown jewels and things like that when you attempting to have the highest quality, of life, and to be able to
I
be the
need
best
that one.
version of
The one that
yourself.
got the crystal in it. Send me
Yeah.
that one. You
Yeah,
heard?
yeah.
Send me that one. You heard? I need that one. You
Yo,
heard?
Hey,
we'll get
hey,
you some up
Prince,
there.
Thank
Prince,
you, brother.
we need to for the people. Is it possible for you to direct them where they could they could get you know they could buy
Right.
they whatever they looking for as far as water supplies.
Yeah. Plug your company. Plug your website. If you have an Instagram. If you have
Cause
whatever it is, plug
people
it.
gonna be on my they gonna be on my back after
Yeah.
tonight's show. They gonna be on me. Where can I get this?
You
Like I
got it
want
up
that
on the
water you was
screen right
talking about.
now. IG
Right.
IWB
Yeah.
dot COOP.
Hmm.
Website www.iwp.coop. I need you guys
Hmm.
to check that out.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Yep. Y'all can reach out to us through the website www.iwb.coop.
Right.
It's contact links there where you can contact us and get to us at admin through our administration email, or you can hit us up through the social medias if you want to contact us through iwb.coop, iwb.coop on Instagram. You can contact us there as well. And
Right.
yeah, however y'all want to do it,
Well,
y'all,
yeah.
the water's here, come get it.
I also wanna ask brother King El Ray about we touched on some things earlier in a different conversation where he was enlightening us to you know really being able to have financial freedom. Shall I say that? Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, go ahead, brother, please. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
and that's one of the most important things, is making sure that you have financial freedom and financial literacy. So I spent a lot of years of my life in banking. As I said before, when I was younger on Tamaray with Malachi, that was one of the things that I didn't really see was the formula for economics. And I started studying cooperative economics and learning the systems of the world. And
Mhm,
the first system of this world was a cooperative system. And then the second system of this world was a bartering system. And
mhm,
then the third system was a communist system. And this fourth system that we're currently in is a capitalistic system, but we're taking it back to the cooperative systems because all the original empires on the planet, they was cooperative. They was co-ops and had cooperative systems. So they had very vast networks all over the planet. This was during the time in our heyday. We had empires where we had 40 million wealthy black people in a cooperative system. The new
sheesh.
the newborns of the Olmecs, they had 40 million wealthy black people all around the world. And I studied every place where they were, from here in the Americas, from North America, South America, Central America, all throughout Asia, into Australia, into India, also into Africa. They had a global network under what they refer to as SUSU, that's SUSU, SUSU economics, which means cooperative economics. And I started studying banking very heavy because they were real advanced bankers, and they substantiate a lot of the wealth on the planet. And they had a lot of cities of gold, and the places where people would talk about, El Dorado and the city of the gold.
Mhm,
All that stuff was put together by the Olmecs all throughout this world. And there are certain locations where they have so much gold and bullion and secret caverns and places of wealth. And we were supposed to be a wealthy people. And a lot of the people who were studying our science and our culture, they was keeping it to themselves. And those people were the Europeans in the United Kingdom, in the UK. That's why a lot of the banking dynasties became very wealthy, because they was getting the secrets from these black dynasties and black families on how to sustain wealth for extended periods of time. So I got real heavy into studying the banking system, and I started going to Jekyll Island where they established the Federal Reserve, and I started becoming close friends with like the attorney of the islands and all of these different people I would read about. I would read about JP Morgan, I would read about Forbes, I would read about Goodyear, and people of Bank of America and the Federal
mhm,
Reserve. And I was looking at all these different things, the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers and all these people, and all of that stuff was out there on Jekyll Island.
mm,
And they did this treaty on Jekyll Island to establish the Federal Reserve here in the States. And when they established the Federal Reserve was the commercial arm that actually controlled all of the commercial banks in the United States. So they was the regulatory for all of the commercial banks. So every branch, they had 12 branches of the Federal Reserve here in the States. And the premier branch was in New York, where y'all are right now.
mhm.
And that's the place, where they established the whole next level of the British Empire, which is New
The
York,
New York, right?
from the old York and London to the New York here, and what they call family offices. So I started to study that, And I started to see how we could substantiate ourselves and get back to generational wealth. And I started establishing it. And I just put together a cohesive framework from all the studies that I did. I studied everything from the past. I studied everything that I could think of presently. And then I would think of different things for the future. So I wanted to put all these different things together, all the different worlds together in a cohesive framework so we can, you know, substantiate ourselves and sustain ourselves and never be in this situation again, because we were never supposed to be at this low level. But I went through all of the things that was provided to us in this world to deceive us. It was a lot of manipulation and a lot of deception, but they was keeping all the secrets to themselves, just like Disney and all of them. So when people started talking about all the movies coming out like Black Panther and
Right.
the X-Men and the Avengers, see, I already knew about this growing up because it was already in my family. So I already knew about the Black Panther, which was the Black Jaguar. And I was writing scrolls about this when I was younger. And so a lot of my scrolls is family scrolls. So when people look at a lot of these things like X-Men and the Avengers and Black Panther and all these different things coming out, I had been wrote about it when I was young. And I told people that they was going to start doing it because they was stealing the stuff from my family personally. So I said, okay, well, one day I will begin to expose that. So
that's deep right there, man.
Major. You getting history right here, people.
Deep right there.
You know what I mean? What we talking about? I'm saying you better go check your history, people. You keep going, King, man. I'm saying, you know, we enlightened here.
We
man.
do have to take a break though. We got 2 minutes till the next break. We got to take a break.
Okay.
All right, and we can come back and then
come back and close it out. With
that
you,
King, was a lot of information right there.
This gonna be one of those ones where they gotta rewind it and go back. Like, hold on, what did he say?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a whole fact right there. Because this is one of them episodes where you getting a lot of information. So y'all better definitely. You better rewind.
Y'all should be honored getting this information right here that y'all getting.
Be at like somewhere around 40 after 40 plus minutes into the show. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all better get into it. You know?
Hold on, Bobby. Take us to a commercial, please.
We'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Your Majesty, you know I've been had that at me. Feel like the market system.
Cake life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Cake life. Capo. Eames, we back at it again. Y'all know what it is. We can't lose.
Okay.
Man, play that.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Prince, introduce your song for me, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let the world know.
This is the new international single from King El Ray, Rap God Royalty album.
I thought I told you to just leave it alone.
Coming for y'all.
And now that it's on, you know it's going down.
Let's go.
Protecting my crown. High and exalted, call it high caliber. High resonance, move sick and spectacular. My vernacular, tantala capacitor, electricity. Rotisserie, hickory, dickory, trickery in a jiffy. Like peanut butter, sucker, when I uttered the word superb. Yeah, you heard what I said. So what you admiring? I'm an old McHead. Bred from the genes of a Jaguar guard. I am a king and you know my squad. Y'all so phony and y'all so fraud. King Ray and Prince go hard.
Okay.
Coming of age, boy, like bar mitzvah. We coming to blaze your neck. In ways Tommy Hill couldn't figure. We coming for y'all, throwing rocks at the throne.
Okay.
I thought I told y'all to just leave it alone. And now that it's on, you know it's going down. Defending my honor, protecting my I will kill for my dynasty. Newborn, stay with me. Magically, your majesty. You know I've been had that at me. Feel like the market system every time you challenge the co-op dynasty of sheep with liquid equity. I own what my soul sell. You sell soul. Why compete with a rap god on a beat? Bout, do not beat. They stealing from the clan again like they forgot we living. But we must still be alive for it to be new shit that you stealing from the scrolls that's just written and the jewels that's been given by the big homie King Ray. So who you kidding? I'm the next chief of my tribe. X-Lax on tracks, I'm shooting on cappers in captivity that don't give us no credit. So it must be a recession, cause my old flames steady texting and the governments they call it. Co-op break they falling, or more the prince, black fist, smoke them like Kush and Kish from the hybrid script. If I turn to a cliff.
Yeah.
We coming for y'all, throwing rocks at the throne. Yeah, I told y'all we was coming. I thought I told y'all to just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Get scared now. And now that it's on, you know it's going down.
It's going down.
Defending my honor, protecting my crown. High resonance. We coming for y'all, throwing rocks at the throne.
Get on. He's
Yeah, let's go.
He's ready. He's ready to get on the record.
Let's get it. Y'all already know what it is. Tap in. Tap
You
in.
know what we talking about?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. King El Rey and Prince Shikon coming for y'all, throwing rocks at the throne.
Defending my
Hey,
honor,
where you
protecting
recorded
my
this at, man?
crown.
Where y'all did this
Yeah.
at, man?
You let that thing spin all the way through. You heard, Fritz? Wait,
Sir.
Defending my honor, protecting my crown.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
got-
sir. Appreciate
We got
that.
3.5 minutes, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do whatever it is y'all want to, you know what I'm saying, get off.
Anything special y'all want to say real fast? Y'all want to give any shout outs or anything?
Well, I mean, yeah, we just grateful to be on the show, to be able to share with the people, and we look forward to being on the show again to share more with the people and just engage with the community and enlighten people on what we are on and what we are about, because we building on a global scale. We are not just local and domestic. We global, so we approach things a lot differently, and we love to enlighten people and just show people how to build collectively with a family. We do everything in a dynasty oriented way. We want to just give a shout out to the people that's about real things, real business, and liberation and taking things to the next level. So we here to take things to a higher level, so we got our music, we call it high resonance, because we don't really like hip hop that much anymore because of how corrupt it has become. So I created my own genre of music called high resonance and my own record label called Indigenous Entertainment. And I wanted to just do something.
That's dope. That's right there.
Fire.
Yeah, that's dope.
Hey, King, man, yo, he don't tell you he's a natural born hater. He just told you something was dope. This is amazing in itself. Go ahead. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just having a moment, King. Just having
Right, friends.
Yeah, for sure. Just want to give a big shout out to what we talking about, you know, Strong
Thank you,
Island
thank you,
TV.
Yes, appreciate you, Prince. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate y'all for having us on, allowing us to drop this stuff. You
Right.
know, it's a new paradigm now. You know, it's a new paradigm shift. I want to give a big shout outs to, you know, the family, the ancestors, and you know, because we are the new ancestors and they bestowed all of this stuff upon us and put it within our genes. You know, indigenous just mean in the genes of us. And you know, they allowed us to be able to do all of this stuff. Big shouts out to my uncle for, you know, taking heed and being a student himself, and then, you know, turning into the teacher and mentor that he is. And big shout outs to all the supporters, you know, worldwide. We're getting a lot of love from Australia. We're getting a lot of love from the United Kingdom and Canada and stuff right now. So I want to give a big shout out to them because I know they'll be coming in and tuning in to Strong Island TV to see what we got going on. So shouts out to everybody, man. You know, love, and you know, we like to say in Lakesh in our language, or Lagoot. And Lakesh just means, you know, I am a reflection of you and you are a reflection of me, you know, and we just keep circulating and reciprocating them high vibrations and, you know, high energy. And that's pretty much all I got, man.
Absolutely. Hey, you know, you already know I'm on the check-in. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the check-in. We gonna be down to Atlanta soon, man. Real soon.
We're gonna come pop
Got
out.
to
Hang out with you guys. But we running out of time. So we're gonna have to close out the show. I know we could do a whole nother show, but we definitely appreciate you guys' time. Brother
Fellas,
King El Ray.
Appreciate y'all for coming, man. It's all love.
It's all love, high vibrations. We definitely gotta give a shout out to Atlanta. We gotta give a shout out to New York City, Long Island, and Bobby.
Bobby, you the man, baby. Take us out of here.
What we talking about?
You already know what we talking about.
Yeah.
Global money, what we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.